Hi, I'm Georgia and I'm the Project Manager of Team One Heart. On our team, we have Saja, our app developer, Sammy, our Client Liaison Manager, Sai, our Quality Assurance and Communications Specialist, and Ryan, our User Experience Architect. Together, using Neota Logic software, we have developed an app for our client, Capital Punishment Justice Project. Tonight, we would like to share with you the story behind our team name, One Heart. Our team name is inspired by the story of Mayuran Sukumaran, a member of the Bali Nine who was executed in 2015. Mayuran was a prolific artist throughout his time in prison in Indonesia. The back of one of Mayuran's final paintings, the Bleeding Heart painting, was signed by 9 other prisoners on death row. Alongside the signatures of these prisoners was inscribed the words, "One heart, one feeling in love" in Indonesian. The name One Heart highlights the importance of empathy and humanity in securing clemency for people facing execution.
Capital Punishment Justice Project, also known as CPJP, provides legal representation and humanitarian assistance to those at risk of execution. Their work is primarily focused in the Asia-Pacific region, with a range of policy work, casework, advocacy, education, training, and community building. Our client faces the challenge that many stories of the work they do cannot be shared, as the people they work with are in a lot of danger, and sharing their stories only harms them more and makes them more vulnerable. As many not-for-profit organisations rely on human stories to inform the public of their work, this presents a challenge for CPJP when trying to raise funds, as donors cannot see the human impact that CPJP makes in their casework. We were tasked with creating an app to help CPJP better understand and service their donors in a more targeted way. Ideas that were brainstormed in our initial meeting with our client included pushing website visitors towards donating, engaging with CPJP on social media, learning more about capital punishment, undertaking the CPJP Virtual Forage internship, and engaging in policy work, such as writing to a federal MP. Through our app, we hope to educate users about capital punishment more generally and inspire users to donate.
Thank you, Sammy. For those who are not familiar with Neota, we have developed the app with a heavy focus on queue flows and decision trees to make it a seamless experience to progress through. Essentially, each pathway can stand alone as an independent app, showing how wide-reaching our options are. This is what the opening page of our app looks like, and it also acts as a main menu. We have a welcome video from our client to inform users what the app is about. Users can expand or collapse this feature. Each pathway is given a description to inform a user what it entails. We also aim to create a user-friendly app by integrating a translation function. We are planning on adding a text-to-speak function to make it more accessible to progress through. In 4 simple steps, Tom can send an email. This is what the email template would look like. Now, Tom will just need to provide his personal information and the email will be sent. Here, Tom has been CC'd to the email. Next we have Sarah, who's a graphic designer, and she would like to volunteer with CPJP. Sarah is a professional, and Sarah is a graphic designer. By consulting with our client, we created a list of key skills that CPJP seeks from their volunteers. Lastly, Dylan has a friend in Singapore who committed a crime attracting the death penalty. We have skimmed through the consent so far, but it is key to mention that the nature of CPJP's work is very sensitive. Supporters and those who seek support alike require their sensitive information to be dealt with safety, and we offer users a privacy policy and request their consent before inputting their information. In this pathway, we aim to only obtain information necessary to contact users. We also have plans for future development. Firstly, CPJP will be able to upload case-specific letter templates based on current events and send those through the app. These will be available in the option to send a powerful message to an official now. We will cover the instructions in our handover manual. Also, back to the consents, the privacy policy will be updated by Alan's TNT team real soon. I'll now pass over to Rianne.
After extensive research, feedback and updating of our app, we present our final product,
User experience and universal design principles were used throughout the visual construction of our application. Familiarity of users was a core value we extended throughout the whole experience of our app. The color palette, fonts, graphics, and content are consistent with CPJP's current website, marketing, and branding. This allows for the app to be seen as an extension to CPJP's current online presence and for a smooth user transition between both applications. As shown in our slides and in various elements of our application, we focused on adapting the orange tone traditionally used by CPJP to cater to the welcoming presence the application requires to guide the users to the most suitable pathway. Readability and accessibility of our app content was a large point of feedback during the testing stage. Research shows that orange and blue are not only colorblind-friendly palette options, but also provide a calming effect on readers, which is important considering the harsh reality CPJP presents and works with. This color palette has been complemented by the use of calming visuals to treat users with empathy and prevent them from feeling overwhelmed when engaging with distressing topics. Testing emphasised the need for consistent terminology in referring to capital punishment. Our testers also appreciated the avoidance of jargon and our efforts to simplify the processes CPJP undertakes in their work where possible. This is seen in the hover over options throughout our app that provide definitions and clarity to the user without taking away from their experience.
Our quality assurance strategy was premised on streamlining our app's functionality and purpose. Our testers involved 30 individuals from various age, race, sex, and cultural demographics. This enabled us to test the app on a diverse audience. Team members were assigned to record user feedback and recommendations, whilst users worked their way through the 6 pathways. We also had 10 other users conduct blind testing and provide feedback through an online form. Following multiple rounds of testing and feedback, we made a number of changes to the app. The questions have been made concise and easy to understand. We've also removed certain questions and pathways to simplify the process. We also had native speakers successfully test the app's inbuilt translation feature in 5 different languages. However, this app is capable of being translated into over 120 languages. Our clients' feedback was of particular importance to us during the testing phase. The letter to MP pathway allowed users to edit the template provided and send it to the selected MP through the app. However, this feature has now been removed upon our client's recommendation to prevent users from sending letters containing derogatory or abusive language under the client's name. The app is operational across various devices such as laptops, mobile phones, and tablets. The app supports both Mac iOS and Android. This slide shows how the app could look like embedded into the existing CPJP website.
We have a few aesthetic changes to make before our app is ready for our client to use. However, we have drafted a detailed handover manual which walks through the reason for our app, the design thinking behind it, and provides video tutorials for app changes that we have identified as areas of the apps that may need consistent updating,